Well, hello everybody. Welcome to beautiful Pensacola, Florida. And today we're going to be taking you on a dolphin cruise. And no, the dolphin's not going to be steering the ship, but we do hope to see dolphins. In fact, we're going on one of the best dolphin cruises you can, the Jolly Dolphin Beach Adventure. I don't think that's the name of it, but it's the name that I'm giving it. Ah, yes, we have a boat, a very good boat. The Jolly Dolphin. Our adventure awaits. You ready?
What? Oh, yes. You never tell me when you're filming.
It's the mystery of it.
Yes. Keep me on my toes.
Huh? No, we went to Sacramento. You guys went to Sacramento?
Such a beautiful area. Weather is great. Boat holds at maximum around 20 or so people, so the tours are held pretty intimate setting. You're able to ask questions of the captain, which is always a cool thing.
Got a lot of experience trying to find dolphins, but there are a lot of eyes on the boat. If y'all would please keep your eyes peeled. If you see something that we don't that remotely resembles a dolphin, could be dorsal fins, water spouts, or anything like that, do not keep it a secret. Let us know. We're going to post a person with them and do what we do. Look off to the right-hand side of the boat, you'll see some dolphins. All right, no refunds.
We are streaming right along at a pretty good clip here in Perdido Bay on our way to find some dolphins. So it did not take too long. We've got some dolphin sightings already.
And I'm on the port bow here. We got a pretty big pod, so keep your eyes out for a baby dolphin. We had 8 of them that were born in the bay this past year. Now, what do we say if we see a baby dolphin? Yeah, you say, "Aw," because they're cute and you can't help yourself. Or you can say, "Yum," it's wherever you're from. That's right, there's only 2 countries left on the planet. This month's being gestation period for dolphins. So if you ever smell the stripes on it, that means it's fresh out of the oven. All those stripes disappear after about 3 weeks to a month of it growing in the skin stretching. And I think we do have a baby dolphin who's popped up over here. Now the dorsal fin is a fin located on the top of the dolphin. That's what you're mainly seeing coming out of the water when they come up to breathe. That fin's made up of cartilage, the same stuff that we have in our nose and in our ears. It's designed to help keep the dolphins stable through the water while they move around at high speeds. Their pectoral fins are located on the side of the dolphin. They're used for steering, but they're made up of bone. If you take an x-ray of a dolphin's pectoral fin, they have the exact same bone structure that we do in our hand. Reach the surface of the water at that top speed. They can reach heights up to 15 feet above the water. So they can jump over this boat if they really wanted to. And no, we can't make them do it. Now, you know what you have to do if the dolphin were to land on the boat with us? Flip her overboard. closer, try not to get a spout spray on you, okay? You might think it's water, but it's not. Alright, so that used to be a joke, and then I found out how much biological information you can actually get from the spout spray of a dolphin's blowhole. There's a couple research centers on the Atlantic coast. They essentially would just strap a napkin to the bottom of a drone, fly over a pod of whales or dolphins, wait for the spout spray to hit the drone. Then they can take it back to the research center and pick apart the DNA, figure out what family it's from, what species it was, all the way down to what it ate that day. So what were to happen if we were to jump in the salt water and start drinking it? No bueno, we would die. Organs would shut down, we'll dehydrate, eventually we just die. We can't survive drinking salt water. So with us being mammals and dolphins being mammals, that means we all need fresh water to survive. Where do dolphins get fresh water from?
The fish they eat.
From the fish they eat, that's right.
For those of you playing at home, that's the correct answer from Lori.
Dolphins get the fresh water they need from all the fish they eat. All the fish that swim out here in the salt water have about 70% fresh water that run in their system, like in their blood and in their meat. That's why dolphins have to eat up to 20 pounds of fish a day. Not just for nutrition, but for all that fresh water as well. That's a lot of sushi. Gulf of Mexico. Porpoises are much smaller than dolphins. Are also more of a corridor-oriented species. You find them in the North Atlantic or the Pacific. Another way to tell is the shape of their teeth. Porpoises have a spade-shaped tooth, while dolphins have a cone-shaped tooth. Now, does anyone know the largest species of dolphin? What was it? The orca, that's right. Killer whales are dolphins. Right? Yeah.
Stinky feet wash. There's some wet there or something.
You having fun?
You don't want to stand up right now?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh gosh, there's one close.
Right there.
One of the things that the captain talked about is it's kind of a misnomer that dolphins make all this noise. You know, we kind of got that from the Flipper TV show. But dolphins don't make a whole lot of noise at all, and when they do, it's kind of almost electronic sounding. But one of the things that you could hear, we could hear them breathe and know exactly where they were going to be. There was that split second where you hear the breath, and then you see the dolphin.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're big, aren't they? Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of them.
I know I've seen
They're not bigger than what I thought they would be.
Yeah, they can be up to 12 feet long, so that's like twice, you know, the size of a 6-foot person, which is insane. Those tend to be on the golf side, though, the bigger ones, but they're still pretty darn big.
They're not aggressive or anything like that, are they? Or
No, not typically. If you do happen to be in the water if you like try to jump in the water like with a mama with a baby, like she'll be protective of her baby, so she'll be aggressive. But other than that, like they don't really care you're around. Male dolphins that get a little bit more aggressive. Typically going to be more that like curved triangle shape to help them with going to the water at high speed. It's kind of like the bottom of like a surfboard. Whereas a shark, it's going to be more triangular, more straight up. But also when dolphins come up, they come up at like a curve. So dolphin fins are typically going to be more that like curved triangle shape to help them with going through the water at high speed. It's kind of like the bottom of like a surfboard. Whereas a shark, it's going to be more triangular, more straight up. But also when dolphins come up, they come up at like a curved angle so they can breathe. Whereas sharks, they're right now.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of dolphins you see are gray looking. These are darker in color.
Yeah, it's just genetics.
Where they are.
Yeah. These are, the bottlenose dolphins tend to be a little darker, but sometimes, one time I had like a mixture where some were a little lighter, some were darker, and some were asked, and it's just their genetics.
when they're in an area, do they tend to stay where they're at?
They're the apex predator back here in the Bay Area, so they don't really.
Gray.
Yep.
These are darker in color.
Yeah, it's just genetics.
Where they are.
Yeah. These are, the bottlenose dolphins tend to be a little darker, but sometimes, one time I had, we had like a mixture where some were a little lighter, some were darker, and some were asked, and it's just their genetics.
When they're in an area, do they tend to stay where they're at?
They're the apex predator back here in the Bay Area, so they don't really like to take the babies out to the Gulf because that's where the bigger sharks are that can prey on them. But we do have about 250 resident dolphins that stay between Orange Beach and Destin, Florida, in this area.
Okay.
Sometimes they do go out to the Gulf, but there's only one spot here, the Pensacola Pass where the lighthouse is, that you can get out to the Gulf. Other than that, it's like 16 miles to Alabama to get to the Gulf again, or 16 miles to Destin.
Wow.
They can swim that far, but it's just, a little out of the way. And sometimes, like last month, the temperature was
That one is that piece of its skin is kind of curly.
Yeah.
that little like threaded looking stuff on the tip of that one dolphin's dorsal fin was its skin. So where we like, we have like, small skin cells that fall off all the time. We don't even notice until we clean our vents,
Yeah.
But so we shed our skin every 3 weeks, then we have new skin cells. Dolphins actually go through all their skin cells every 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that
What?
they can stay very smooth through the water and
Oh
everything.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
That's what drags it down.
It was nice at the 5 o'clock though, but we didn't really find many dolphins. They were honestly super spread out. They weren't all together like this.
Oh,
There's
so-
like one here, one there.
Oh,
I don't-
well, I'm
yeah.
glad we came today.
Yeah, same. Because yeah, they were kind of spread out and didn't really want to be overly cooperative.
So is someone the leader in the pod?
No, I think they're all just kind of intermingled. Yeah, because they intermingle pods and stuff. So, and there's no really hierarchy. The females and the babies tend to stay together, where the males tend to stay together separately.
Oh.
And the males only come around whenever
When's mating season?
It's anytime. It's whenever it's available. There's no specific.
Because I know, like,
At the 5 o'clock though, but we didn't really find many dolphins. They were honestly super spread out. They weren't all together like this.
Oh,
There's
so-
like one here, one there.
oh,
I don't-
well, I'm
yeah.
glad we came today.
Yeah, same. Because yeah, they were kind of spread out and didn't really want to be overly cooperative.
So is someone the leader in the pod?
No, I think they're all just kind of intermingled. Yeah, because they intermingle pods and stuff. So, and there's no really hierarchy. The females and the babies tend to stay together, where the males tend to stay together separately.
Oh.
And the males only come around whenever
When's mating season?
it's anytime. It's whenever
Oh.
it's available. There's no specific.
Because I know, like,
Mating
right now, like,
So as I'm editing this, folks, I apologize if it's some duplicated sound that you're hearing from the crew.
So like when the mother.
We're shooting this from my phone as well as Lori's, so you may see some duplication, even though I've tried to make sure that you didn't.
There's motion in the ocean. They're ready to go.
Years they have babies. Sometimes they have twins, but that's super rare.
Oh.
I know. Wouldn't it be so cute?
Yeah.
One on each side.
Yeah, and the females actually tend to stay with the mothers for about that 7-year time frame, where the males leave after about 3 years. They find another. Yeah, and the females actually tend to stay with the mothers for about that 7-year time frame, where the males leave after about 3 years. They find another male, and they kind of just take off and cause teenage trouble.
So after a really cool tour of about an hour and a half where we saw dolphins pretty much throughout, and of course the captain wanted to pause and let everybody know, hey, this is not necessarily what you'll have every time. We had a lot of luck and a really fun time, and it was time to come in. Pretty cool. They're putting in a new home to the left of the home that you see in the middle of the screen. Wouldn't you like to live here? The shot of the trip.
Pedro the green heron. Little cutie. Hangs out around here. Sometimes he's like bouncing from house to house over there.
So I highly recommend the Jolly Dolphin Scenic Dolphin Cruise. We really enjoyed it. And even though, again, it may not be indicative of your cruise, there may just not be dolphins out as plentiful as they were for us, I bet you'll still have a great time with a fantastic crew. And we really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. And after a cruise, you got to find a great place to eat. And I would highly recommend Captain Joey Patty's in Pensacola. Very good food. Great atmosphere. Really cool people in Pensacola. Thanks for watching, everybody. And say hello to Craney McCrane.